Mary, so would you like to break character for a moment and tell us what you truly feel, what you truly believe?
Sure. Right.
Hmm.
So, a few months ago, I was approached to do this project. I believed you had joined off of, as you mentioned earlier, Lutris, and you heard my voice and asked me to read some, and I'd asked, what is this about? And when I'd heard it was about censorship, I thought this is a very important time to be able to talk about this. We are seeing anyone that does not fit within a certain box be censored. We are seeing the erasure of trans and non-binary people. We are seeing the you know people just disappearing that are that we don't see fits inside this box. It's important that we start actually talking as a group, saying that this is not okay. We need to hear these stories. We need to hear about people, not just within a certain box that you're used to, but we need to hear these stories while we still can. We need to be able to openly talk about sometimes things that are uncomfortable, things that are different outside of our own experiences, but that, hearing these stories, seeing these, and letting these voices be heard is extremely important. And that's why I said yes to being part of this. And, I've had people ask me, it's like, you sure you want to use your avatar in that? And it's like, I've been an activist for over 20 years. If I was doing a satirical thing like we did, as I'm playing a character, if I was doing that in real life, I'd have to wear my real skin. So I'm going to use an avatar that I feel gender affirmed in and that, has helped me so much. It's me. So I'm going to be me in this. A lot of what I was said in that script were things that I've heard myself against trans people, against, the stories of minorities and how they should only really be told by those people. The erasure of subcultures, like that were in the exhibit. So many of these stories hit so close to home. So when I read that full script, it was like, you have your Mary. I'm going to do this because I don't want anyone thinking that these aren't things that are actually said. And sometimes it comes from a stranger. Sometimes those things come from people a lot closer. But it's good to be able to actually have other people hear them outside of the generally closed systems that they're set in. Because usually it's something that's said of a whole, as you may have seen in the video, they're different, said in whispers, in ways that
Mm.
we don't always see outwardly. But this is what is changing our society. We all have a choice. We can stand up and say, no, these are voices, these are people. We all exist and we embrace the differences. Or we can continue trying to erase things and make everything look perfect. Where once it looks perfect, there's nothing. But again, I wanted to thank you, as I have before, for involving me in this project because it really means a lot. And, I'm also glad that you're also to bring in, the help of my husband. And, we've really had a lot of, things to feel doing this. And I'm glad we could help share some of the stuff that's going on.
It would be a tragedy if it wasn't so funny. And I'm really glad that, we had other actors who were able to bring out the comedy in it, but
Yeah.
you were able to bring out the intensity of Mary. And I think you were able to characterize the kind of person who is so conceited that they would seriously believe harming minorities, hindering people would be a public good. But we're seeing this a lot, unfortunately. There's a lot of people who do that. They think what they're doing is protecting people, making people safe. And no, it's not. It's very dumb. It's very stupid. And there's a lot of places in VR chat that unfortunately are acting very stupid. There's also a lot of communities that are acting very stupid to take these voices, the voices of people who are hindering us and harassing us, and accepting their premise and rejecting reality, rejecting all the people in this fandom that Silas helped to bring together. Silas had passed. Oh,
I was going to say, and well, we're really starting to see it in fandom. It's something that's been trickling down from the world, you know, outside. There's been a
yeah,
huge push, like recently. Oh, well, when I say recently, within the past, quite a few years, to separate the trans community from LGBT, as was mentioned there. No, this is
yeah,
a serious thing that's been, that
yeah,
people have been debating over,
Yeah.
and
mhm,
it's something that, a lot of this it's scary now to see the furry fandom for a long time seemed like a safe
LGBT.
place, but now starting to see that within here too. It's like within the fandom itself and within VR chat.
unbelievable,
It's like
unbelievable.
it's so ugly, but it exists and it's horrible.